reality is your culture does color everything that you do.
What we want is that not so much that they go out and they're able to teach these specific things, but that they're able to be so inspired that they can impact their communities, their environment, their schools, whatever, in a different way.
I think Agents of Change training program is important because it's that next step towards scale. So it's that step from where we were training young people. 3 of us or 4 of us had the capacity to train young people, and now we're training other people to potentially incorporate that into their work so that more young people are exposed to this kind of work.
Every one of us, even if we are not teachers in a classroom, we're teachers because we're interfacing with people on a daily basis. So if it's not in a formal education system, it's in a wider community or wherever we do our work.
To me, an agent of change is one that starts that revolutionary thinking. And it's not a only line of being militant or anything like that, but that whole idea of looking at the system and seeing what can work, what is not working, and what we need to do, to find the dynamic to get it right.
My favorite moment is hard to define because I think every activity was an enjoyable one, and when the term is used that learning should be fun, I saw that coming out because though we were learning, it was really a fun time.
This training course for me has been really intense, but because of the structure, it was extremely, informative. It was fun, and I think that is the main thing, and it was totally different from what I expected.
I've been to many camps, and nothing is like Agents of Change. It's a change. Just because the people who work there have a better look at things, they know what to say to you and how it will impact you by how you answer it. Yes, that is what really surprised me.
Because people came in with expectations of what they would learn, they also came with these ideas about how they would learn it, and somehow this curriculum is able to beautifully dismantle some of those expectations and fill that space with something that is about creating an openness to putting a mirror up and looking at our own reflections and recognizing how we have to change ourselves first if we want to see change in the world.
The thing that really stood out for me in this program was how much the personal development then influenced the thinking around status quo, challenging status quo and understanding theories of change.
Having a system thinking approach, you can see how having an education could lead up to a positive event instead of a negative event, meaning you can be an asset to society at the end.
There are 2 big concepts that rest on my mind. One has to do with the individual, so on a very personal level you have to change, and the other one is the system and how do you impact the system, how the system impacts you, and how together there's an impact on the greater good.
It's essentially how do we get to this level of these mental models, and how do we even try?
I would
how do we
say
understand?
a term we use a lot, the mental models. I think that was a term that really stood out for everyone because I'd say in the different lessons, everybody always took it back down to that first step of thinking. What was the mental models behind this? What was the person thinking? What was I thinking when I was going through this?
You're encouraged to look at something holistically. In a sense, take yourself out and look at it from the wider picture, the big picture, so you can see how this part affects that part, and you can even put yourself in as well to see how you affect different parts of the system.
My dream for Agents of Change is that it will permeate our school system, and we'll be able to walk into a school and see that this school has students and teachers. It's populated by people who understand systems thinking.
But what I do want, thank you very much for today. It's been a wonderful day for all of us. Have a good afternoon.
Thank you. You too.